Hello everyone, welcome to Special Angel Art Dolls. I'm Nicole. If you are just coming to this channel, if this is your first time visiting, welcome. I am a collector of lifelike baby and toddler dolls. Anyway, if you like what you see, if you enjoy this content, I would love it if you would subscribe and give me a like, and most importantly, share your thoughts in the comments down below. So for those of you who are new, I know there are several of you, you are looking at my biggest girl. This is Lyndon Faith. She is the Alawinka kit by Natalie Blick. She is 40 inches tall, and she is definitely my largest reborn. She wears 3T and 4T clothing, but I just got back from visiting a friend and her kids, and my best friend's children are like my niece and nephew. They call me Aunt Cole, and her little one is 5, and Lyndon is bigger than he is, so he's very tiny. But yeah, Lyndon is my biggest girl. She is my child-sized reborn, and she is just sitting here as sweetly as you could wish in her little chair. And I'm going to do a tag from Jay at J Dolls UK. I know I'm very late to the game on this. I'm hoping to do a few tags that have been going around, and I'm very late on all of them, but I still want to do them. So this one is called I Used to Think, and it is about things that we used to think as young children or while growing up. And that is why I chose to feature Lyndon in this video. And you just might see some others as well. So, the first thing that I used to think. When I was about 5 or 6 years old, I believed that coffee was something that you drank because you had a cough. This might not be hard to figure out why. Coffee and coughing, they sound very similar. But I thought this because of the name, yes, but also because my grandmother would sometimes have a tickle in her throat in the morning. And my little siblings and I spent a lot of time with my grandparents on my dad's side. We spent the night there quite frequently, or sometimes they would have us to spend a week. And we loved being there, and yeah, she would have a cough, a little like throat tickle first thing in the morning. Not really uncommon, but also first thing in the morning she would make coffee. So because of the name coffee and that it sounds like the word cough, I assumed that she was making the coffee to drink to make her throat feel better. So sometimes as a little girl, I would pretend that I had a cough too, so that I could have coffee. I didn't really have to work that hard. She let us have it whenever we wanted anyway, but yeah, that was one of the things that I used to think. Okay, so I decided to include Saran as well. This is Saran, for those of you who are new. Saran Olivia. She is the Margot kit by Cassie Brace, and she is kind of a big baby or small toddler at 26 inches. But she is on the less chunky side of 26 inches, even though she's a nice big girl. She's wearing this cute little romper, and it is a little chilly in here, so I just have this light little blanket to put over her. There we go. And I wanted to include her because she has as close as possible to my eyes. So when I was even younger than when I believed this about the coffee, I had a couple of really odd beliefs. I'm a Christian, and I was raised in church from infancy, and of course one of the first Bible stories that I can remember learning was about Noah and the flood and the ark. And I had only ever heard of a flood in the context of this story. So one day when I was about maybe 3, I had been taking a nap on the couch, and I woke up because it was thundering and raining. And I heard my mom say, "It's falling a flood." And I immediately thought that that meant that the whole world was going to be flooded and we would all die. And I burst into tears and sobbed to my mom that I thought God promised never to do that again. And of course, she was just using it as an expression, a figure of speech, to say that it was raining really hard. But that wasn't how I took it. So yeah, I thought that meant that it was the whole world was going to be flooded and we would drown. So that is another funny thing that I thought, only for a very short period of time, thankfully. All right, so Miss Pollyanna, my newest little girl, she wanted a turn to sit on my lap too. So I went and got her, and I'm just cuddling her in my lap. She's all dressed in her pajamas for bed. She's all ready for bed because I don't know what time I'm going to upload this, but I'm filming in the evening, and it's actually past her bedtime. She was already in bed, but she wanted to get up again and sit on my lap. So I let her. So around the same age as the flood thing, I'm trying to think of how to explain this to you guys. Okay, so I have been blind from birth, and sometimes it's a little awkward for young blind children to learn how other people see or perceive things, because we just perceive them differently. So I heard a lot of people say, I heard people refer to other people that they didn't know in vague ways that didn't really make sense to me. So the one that ended up standing out was when people like my mom or whoever would say, "that man," or "the man," or, whatever it might be. At the same time, I was learning about my physical environment and learning what a manhole was, because I had realized that if I walked over them, they felt different and they made a different kind of sound. So these two things collided in my head to basically form Pennywise. But in my mind, it was the man, and the man was a scary person. This is really, really hard to explain. I should have definitely thought this through a little bit more, but yeah, I had this thing that the man was gonna come out of a manhole and get me, because he lived underneath all the manholes and they were how he came out. And he kind of morphed back and forth in my head from a scary thing to like a friendly thing, depending on how I'd heard someone refer to the man or that man or whatever. So yeah, that was like a really long ongoing thing where I was scared of the man. So yeah, I had a whole epiphany about this because my mom and I were laughing about it not that long ago, and I have kind of always not been super comfortable around men that I don't know. And so that just, I was like, oh, no wonder I felt like that for so much of my life, because in very early childhood I had this belief that the man was always coming for me. So yeah, those were a few things that I used to think, and I hope that they've given you some giggles, and I hope that you've enjoyed seeing my reborn toddlers. I didn't realize that I was going to include all 3 toddlers, but I have. So yeah, that is my response to Jay's tag. Sorry, Jay, that it's so late, but I hope you all enjoyed it anyway. And I will see you really soon, probably with another tag response because I have a lot to catch up on. So thank you all for watching. Take care and God bless. Ready, Polly? Bye! No, just one. Just one.